miss him so much that sometimes you break downhearted, crestfallen. My name is Olatunji Olugbenga Adetokunbo Abdulmajid Omotayo Onabule, but most people know me as Ola Onabule. Once brave, such devotion. I'm a singer, songwriter, and music producer. I live in the UK, and I've been a professional musician for almost 2 decades now. I have 6 albums to my name, with a 7th entitled 7 Shades Darker, about to be released. I write songs about inspiration and disillusionment, about loss of faith, about the possibility of second chances, about redemption. I write about questions for which there aren't easy answers. I write about unexpected gifts that take the form of epiphanies, about laughter. I write about love. I write about children and lovers. I write about myself. I write about my neighbors. I write about my family, and I write about my friends. Oh, step into our sweet sanctuary. It's safe within. You don't have to. My earliest childhood was spent in North London, Islington, where I was born. A trier is born. His home's war-torn. His trust outworn. He tried to stay, survive the fray. At the age of about 7, my family and I relocated to Lagos, Nigeria. Draws closer each time. The decisions made, he must still await fortune's every. I remember being a creative child. I loved drawing, I loved painting, sculpting, acting on stage, as well as singing and music in all its forms. I can't actually think of a genre of music I didn't listen to with ardent enthusiasm. I mean, I just love the stuff. I was involved in many bands throughout my school days in Nigeria, the most interesting of which was a band called The Diplomats. It was a kind of soul doo-wop collective. There were so many of us, maybe 10 in total. But nonetheless, we seemed to manage to make reasonably cheerful music that I remember being popular at inter-school functions. My parents, though hopeful that I would grow up to be a lawyer, encouraged my artistic pursuits. My father would take me to my talent competitions and my performances at school, etc., as well as to taking me to gigs, concerts. You know, I got to see greats such as James Brown, Fela Kuti, and King Sunny Ade live. Far too long on sad thought that I stray from the path to you. I started singing professionally whilst I was at law school. It was a chance meeting with a London musician, a chap called Jason Wright. And I seem to recall I was walking along a busy London street one evening, vocalising to myself. And he then asked if I'd be happy to sit in with him and his band, you know, at a happening, well-known London jazz venue. I went along and I absolutely loved the experience. To cut a long story short, a short while after that I dropped out of law school and soon afterwards committed myself to a life of soul, jazz and funk. I was signed to a major record label in the early 90s. It didn't work out. And so a year or so after that, when I was free to do as I pleased, I thought it might be an interesting little experiment or adventure, to try to write, record and release an album on my own. Anyhow, 7 albums later, here I am. Along the way, I've had to learn to be fearless. I've had to learn to take on whatever challenge is in front of me. And as a result, I feel I'm okay with facing up to and getting on with whatever needs to be done. I think I've even come to love the challenges, whatever they may be. I enjoy the challenge of problem solving, of being disciplined, of being the one who's responsible for motivating myself. It forces me to keep myself grounded and my head level. Keeps my ego in check.
Where you gonna go? And now that Soul Town's gone, tell me what you gonna do? Oh yeah, now that it's all gone wrong.
My music is called soul. Sometimes some people say it's jazz or got elements of jazz. Some say it's pop, some say it's world, and some people say it's a fusion. I can't possibly get involved in what it is because it's just a mixture of everything I'm loving at that moment, and whatever decisions I take are the best to express whatever I need to express at the time. So I'm happy that I have a foot in all those different camps.
It was nothing but a plain Jane town. You say Soul Town is the way it's all meant to be. Someday we'll build it all again. When we've had enough of the emptiness, far too much of our loneliness, we'll start afresh, we'll raise it up and grow.
I try to make sure that everything I write about with absolute honesty. It's truth. It's either something that I know personally or something that I witnessed. So I don't write songs about imaginary situations, although I have a great deal of respect for artists who can pull that phenomenal feat off. Really, I'm just looking forward to getting back on the road, getting out there. I love being on stage. I love meeting the people that come to gigs, getting a chance to get out there and do all the socializing that's part of being a musician, and just being in the middle of all that, and also being the protagonist in getting people happy or just enjoying the evening is very important to me.
Back in the day, you were so cool, but you like a glistening jewel, so proud of being incorruptible. Now he won't scrutinize
As an artist who makes his living mainly from live performances around the world, it's fantastic to be able to promote the gig ahead of time and then afterwards stay in touch with new friends made, wherever they may be in the world. I mean, all via the wonder and magic of the internet. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's been an absolutely amazing ride so far. I mean, one of great surprises and adventures that have played themselves out in far-flung places that I never thought I would see in my lifetime, and amongst people, who end up being friends over decades, simply because you shared a special moment in music together. It's amazing, and I'm very thankful for that.
He's elsewhere but not gone.
I've never really set a timetable of definable goals in this music biz thing that I'm involved in. I think I've just tried to keep my head down, stay as busy as possible, making sure I can create work that I can be happy with, for more than a moment after it's released, really. I guess my real hope is that I continue to be given the opportunities to take my music to more and more people. I want to find out how folks in far-off places and distant lands react to my saddest ballads or to my funkiest tunes and all the stuff that I do in between.
Of no return, I still see him in the eyes, all that smile upon a child, and I believe he's elsewhere but not gone, 'cause gone is the world.
I hope that I never get crushed by the challenges, that our industry is faced with today, or indeed those that our entire world is faced with. I hope that I'll always have the courage to get up, and get out there, and sing my song, no matter what, because that's what I do best, and I feel it's my modest contribution, to the pool of human expression.